It's morphin' time!
Keeping the tradition of starting my Suburban Apples games with somebody other than me talking, welcome to another session for Suburban Apples, the game in which Carol goes, why? Why? It is winter in the suburb of Brigham Fowl and its neighboring suburb, San Elipius, as it is in all of New Hampshire, because that is the way the world works. It's about mid-evening on a Thursday night. It's about 5 p.m. Book club is in full swing. They are discussing a lovely little book of bondage called 50 Shades of Grey in Marcia's living room as they sip on very, very cheap wine and discuss the relationship between Christian Grey and the girl that nobody can remember the name of because it
Anastasia
really
Steele.
Sure.
Anastasia Steele.
Bella Swan? I'm pretty sure it's Bella
Swan. Yeah.
I mean, it is just a Twilight knockoff, so whatever.
With Mary Sue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cardboard character.
Hello, boring. How are you? Getting spanked, I see. So, but yes, they are discussing how much they enjoyed this book in Marcia's living room.
Great.
It's really spiced up the marriage. You know?
Are you bleeding from your ears yet, Marcia?
She just occasionally will be like, it's not really how that kind of knot works, but I'm glad that you're trying new things. Remember, safe, sane, consensual. We're not going to talk about risk wear consensual kink because I think that's a little outside of your. No, I'm just yeah, she's rolling with it. She likes these people for a given value of the word, they're her friends.
Yeah.
She and Human Todd get up to some shit, so.
Sure. Human Todd.
She definitely is plowing through the wine a little faster than some of her friends are. I would imagine she has like a glass of water also, but it is not only water. It's like Perrier with like vodka in it or something. So she's just double fisted and having a good time.
Patrick, are you staying with any of with Marcia these days, or?
I've still been bouncing around.
Okay.
I mean, that is your aunt, of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a window that's open for me to crawl in from time to time, and I do from time to time. Maybe tonight's another one of those nights I decide to stay in the house.
She did take some time to teach you how to open the window from the outside because it does put the heating bill a little higher
in the winter.
To leave it open, but yeah.
So yeah, I will say that Patrick's deciding to stay in Marcia's home tonight.
Great.
Make it convenient, Wink. Yeah. So Patrick's trudging through the snow, and he's had a good, fun snow day with his friends. It's always hard to get Joey around in the wheelchair, sometimes in the snowbanks, but there's definitely, he still makes sure that take his time to make sure that Joey's able to participate in all the fun and everything like that. But it's been another fun day. It's cold. His cheeks are far more rosy. It's that thing. Whatever clothes he's wearing right now or stuff he's definitely like stolen off the rack from places. He finally, after being prompted a few more times, managed to give Joey back his backpack. now that Falala's like stitched back together, but he's making his way through the snow, and he's just every so often he'll like pick up some snow, and he'll just toss it up, or as he's walking around, just lie down in it and start making snow angels and stuff like that. He has no rush. He is all the time in the world before he finally starts making his way to Marcia's place. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's going to be wonderful stuff in the fridge. Yeah, that grape juice tasted funny. Yeah, it made me feel sick too. As he starts to, climb the drain pipe towards the window.
Sweet. We never discussed on whether, I know that it's like to the side, I think, but we never discussed like whether this window or this drain pipe was like visible from wherever, like other parts of the house.
I mean, it's up to you guys for whatever sake of narrative you want to do.
I'm just imagining Marcia catching a glimpse of like a boot, like through, you know, a little sliver in one of her very expensive curtains.
Yeah.
Of like just casually getting up, you know, and sort of meandering in that direction and tugging it closed before she gathers more snacks or like moves some other shit around so she can sit down.
You don't need to see this.
Yep. See a child climbing the side of my house that I have to explain later. So, yeah.
Yeah. Dee, your mom is getting ready to head over to book club. She's a little frazzled because she's running late, you know. She's really excited to have her evening out with the gals. She's in
Please
your
tell me
room.
she's not telling me the book she's reading.
I mean, she has it in her hand. She's not going to be discussing it with you openly, though.
She's going to ignore that copiously,
Good
kind of
luck.
like with the the headset that drowns out everything.
But anyways, she's checking on you to make sure your homework is finished and everything.
I mean, is she asking, or is she just looking to see what I'm doing?
She's just coming in to like with the friendly D or Indira.
She quickly switches the window from the game she was playing on the computer onto, I don't know, probably Yahoo or something with news on it.
Is Yahoo still around?
I don't know. It was the first thing that popped into my head. Google.
Alta Vista.
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
God, I haven't heard of that one in a while. Still active. I'm going to Google that.
No idea. But either way, whatever it is, it's some news website is where she switches it to. And she will go to open the door. Yeah, Mom?
Oh, well, I'm about to head out for the evening, and I just want to make sure that you are all set for the night.
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you eat dinner?
I had some ramen earlier. It's good.
And she just does like there's some stroganoff on the stove. It's the oven's off. The stove is off, so it might need to be heated. Please eat something with a little less sodium and MSG, if you don't mind.
She just blinks at her mom and nods.
She does like that mom thing where like she fixes your hair, like, oh, you look so much better if it's out of your face, and like gives you a kiss on top of the head and heads over to Marcia's for book club.
Yeah, and she just kind of shakes her hair out again because she likes it in her face. And she's just going, I really, man. I mean, because she hit her head, she's going, I am 18 years old. Good freaking God.
We've all been there.
And then she goes back to playing her video game. After closing the door carefully.
Okay. Is Amachan back yet or no?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm here.
Okay. So it's winter outside, lots of snowfall. Where are you, San Alipius or Brigandfowl these days? Now that you are finally recovered from all the trauma that is nerve agent poisoning.
He's close where it's warmer, so probably like close to a bakery where there's, they bake things in fire.
Mm-hmm.
He's close there, and he's like looking around, seeing nothing.
Okay. Oh, the bakery would be San Alipius. I don't know, San Alipius, Brigandfowl then, because that's where a slice of pie is.
That poor guy.
That guy will never be the same ever again.
It's on the edge of Briggenfowl and across the highway. You can keep an eye on San Alopius. You can see the abandoned building that the Redcaps have housed Allison in since her chrysalis. Occasionally, if you'll roll a perception alertness for me real quick.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I got 3.
Great. Occasionally, you see a rather large rock sail from the window. 2 people down below.
What do I see?
Rocks being thrown from a window up high in this abandoned building. It is the building with the
Mural.
mural. Thank you, Michael.
And he kind of like looks around and says, "Hey, what motherfuckers doing? Don't throw my fucking rocks! My head hurts! God damn it!
Let's see.
Answer me!"
Hold on. I'm about to answer you.
Okay.
From across the vast distance of 2 cities.
Well, I mean, if he goes over to the building to yell up at it,
I would assume so.
he is technically within range. You can roll to dodge.
That's
Wait,
also
they
legit.
throw rocket me?
Yes.
Motherfucker. No. I get like 1 out of that.
So the rest of you did not beat the 4 successes.
Please, bash me.
Okay, so what is it? It doesn't do any damage, but a rock does hit you on the head. Perhaps it was a rather light rock, and you have a very thick head.
He is gonna like scream with like red cap bullying.
Mm-hmm.
We grab it, and he's gonna say like, "If you throw another rock at me, I'ma lose it." Should I roll my?
Roll the dodge.
I was trying to bully browbeat them.
Yeah, you're trying to bully browbeat another fucking red cap.
Oh no! Okay. I have like 5 there.
It's just
I got
responding.
5. I got 5. Okay.
So,
He's looking for an entrance.
there is, it's on the side.
He enters that building, pulls his knife, and he's like, it's getting good.
Oh no.
He's like hiding his knife, like, under his like jacket. He's like, I'm gonna fuck him up tonight. Get over here.
If you get all the way up to the top story of this building,
Yes.
you are standing in front of a 9-year-old little girl, red cap. Do you have like lore or anything like that? Roll, I guess. What would it be? Enigmas or Gray Mare?
About what?
To recognize this legend in front of you.
Probably Gray Mare.
Yeah.
I
go
have
through it.
idiotic memory.
Okay.
If I've seen her before, I don't know if I did.
You can roll remembrance if want to see if you've seen her before.
Let me check if I have remembrance. I don't have any remembrance now.
Okay.
What was your Gary Mare specialty?
England history.
Oh, then you would know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will roll my. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Standing before you is the latest incarnation of the red cap queen, Black Agnes.
That kind of like stops him for a second. Like, wait, what? And he goes like 1 knee, and he's like, "Your Excellency, I'm sorry."
She stands sort of like in that like petulant child, like arms crossed sort of way. You can stand up now.
He stands up.
Why were you in front of the mural?
What?
Why were you yelling at me?
There was throwing rocks, Your Excellency. I already knew it was another red cab Excellency who was throwing rocks, so I was like, okay. I'm a bad some skills today.
What was that last part?
You said like you were throwing rocks at me. I didn't knew it was you, Your Excellency. So I was like, ah, shit. I'm a bad some skills today.
Oh. She just sort of shakes her head. I'm the one who orders the skull bashing when it comes to this tower. And she looks out the window and picks up another rock.
Yeah, he also picks up another rock and like probably like throws it to a police. It's like going from there. If there's any.
Yeah. It's usually like passersby who get too close. That kind of thing. Like the mural invites graffiti artists, but it is only those who are like inspired by the dreaming who are allowed to actually paint on it. So if somebody comes by that doesn't have that familiar sparkle of glamour, she hurls rocks at them. You do not mess with this tower.
So like that's what you do, Your Excellency? You throw rocks?
It's worked for me before.
Your people. There's an idiot called Jamie Moline. He nearly died. Maybe you should punish him.
Wait, when did Jamie almost die?
I don't know. But he was talking shit about you. He was saying like fuck the queen and stuff. I was like, oh Jamie, don't do that. But then he was like, oh man, fuck that queen. I was like, Jamie, don't man, no. Don't do that, Jamie, no.
He's manipulating.
She's just kind of like looking at.
Yes, thank you, Anya.
Yeah, it's like thank you. Yes, thank you, Anya. She's just giving him that look like, because she's 9. In spite of being the latest incarnation of the queen, she is also 9. So she's. I don't know if that's true.
When did I ever lie to you?
Well, considering I just met you, you could have been lying to me from the moment we met.
I mean, ask Jamie. He's talking shit, just so you know.
Well, it kind of sounds like you're talking shit.
What do you mean I talk shit?
She just said a bad word.
She's a red cap.
I know. She just said a bad word.
He's like, no one ever saw Red Cap Jesus talking shit. I don't talk shit. If I talk shit, or if anybody talks shit about me, they're gonna catch some hands.
I don't know. It sounds like you might actually be full of shit. So it's not so much that you're talking shit as it is that you're vomiting shit out of your big mouth.
I mean, kid, don't piss me off.
She kind of gives you this look and smiles her pointy, pointy, pointy smile.
He gives it like a pointy smile back. He's like, if you bite me, there's gonna be consequences.
There will be no consequences if I bite you.
He's like,
not for me.
What do you mean not from you?
There will be no consequences for me if I bite you.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm Agnes. And who are you?
Jesus.
Rat Cap Jesus. People believe in me.
Do they believe in you like they believe in me? Do they give you your own castle? She says, gesturing to the rather shabby, abandoned building surrounding her.
He's like, oh my god, look at this castle. Oh shit, this is better than High King's castle. Oh my god.
It is shabby, but I do need to point out some of the things from last time this scene was established. There are like little things that have been brought as sort of like tribute from the red caps of Santa Alpia. So there's like various like stuffed animals that have definitely seen better days because red cap. There's like food, not great food, but food that lasts. like storage wise, even though it probably doesn't have to be stored long because, again, red cap. Like a microwave that has been plugged into electricity that does not belong to this building. So, like a long line of extension cords going who knows where.
You need
So,
a seneschal.
what?
A seneschal. You need a seneschal.
I need a what?
Seneschal.
What
Someone
the hell
to
is
work. Your kingdom needs to be run by someone who's clever. You're a clever queen, but you need someone who looks after the kingdom while you can't and throw rocks at people. So after this moment, I am your seneschal.
She picks up a rock and looks at you.
Kid, don't fuck with your seneschal. No, he doesn't say don't fuck with your seneschal. No, he says like don't mess with your seneschal. I'm here to serve you. You want oath of loyalty?
I don't want any oaths right now, she says, just kind of tossing the rock in her hand and catching it. But I could use some hot chocolate.
Okay. I will get you some hot chocolate.
And some pie. All right.
He starts calling Jamie.
Huh?
He starts calling Jamie and Jamie, motherfucker, bring some hot chocolate and pie.
You need to give me an address, bro. You can't just be like, bring some hot chocolate and pie and expect me to know where the fuck to meet you.
We're with the queen.
Oh, Agnes?
Yes, man. The legend is happening.
Yeah, no, I know who she is, but yeah, okay. Hot chocolate. Did she say anything else?
She said pie, hot chocolate, Burger King. I think she likes X large menu. I think she also wants KFC.
Whatever the queen wants, I guess, he says. Fucking goddamn. Hangs up with this stream of obscenities. All right, panning back over to the respectable part of town. Respectable Faye. The snow has begun to fall. Gently, but plentifully. Adding a sort of cold beauty to the night as it builds up pretty quickly. Book club starts to wrap up, and the various ladies of the neighborhood bid their adieu while heading out, giggling about the book that they've been reading.
Hee hee hee, titties, hee hee.
I'd like to clean
Marcy is making some passive aggressive comments to a couple of them that she doesn't care for, like, oh, let me know when you start that diet, how it works for you, and then being like, oh, it's been too, oh, well, you look great. Just to kind of get back at them for being people she doesn't care for, I guess. Whether they deserve it or not is not
irrelevant.
Yes. But she does bid some of them a fonder farewell. So, or like a less cruel one anyway.
Sure.
And then once the last book club member has like wandered off down, she like watches through the peephole for a second and like waits till they're like down and gone, and then like once they're a certain distance from the house, she turns around and puts her back against the door and just goes, "Ah, finally," and like walks off to get more wine.
It's probably about this time Patrick actually comes down. Surprisingly, he had been rather quiet upstairs.
Yeah.
A little too quiet. And when he comes down, his face is just smeared with makeup. Like he is taking. It's very clear. He's like he's taking like patterns and stuff like that. He's like lipstick spirals on his cheeks. He's like put all the eyeshadow as this big giant like, bar across his face. There's way too much product in his hair that's causing it to stand up.
Marcia kind of looks at him for a second and she says, "For a second, I thought maybe you were hurt, and then I decided you were getting into something, and I thought that I would rather not know, and I was right." And then she kind of looks at him again, like she like tilts her head a little bit, and she's like, "You're lucky I'm a spring too." And she, that's it. Like she doesn't yell at him or tell him to clean his face up or whatever. Pulls out some of the, child-friendly foods in the fridge that she has on hand now, I guess.
The mac and cheese and fudgesicles?
It's like sandwich fixins or like leftovers from a restaurant. It's probably leftovers, let's be honest. Like, I don't see Marcia doing a ton of, I only see Marcia cooking if there's something in it for her. Like if she's gonna throw down at a bake sale or some shit like that. So there's probably a lot of like, stuff that she's ordered in, so.
It's my war paint.
It will strike fear into the hearts of many.
Excellent. We're going to strike the fear into pirates and the English.
I can't disagree with you there. That is startlingly specific. Is everything? I mean, the pirates I get, but the English?
Oh yeah, no. Me and Agnes are going to take a crusade against the English.
Who's Agnes?
Oh yeah, she's the I guess she was Allison before, but now she's Agnes these days, and she lives in the tower, or no, by the mural.
Huh. She's not 100% sure how much of this is Patrick about embroidering the truth and how much of it is actual. And also, I should have clarified beforehand, but like did Marcia know about the girl crystallizing or whatever?
Mm-hmm. You would have seen from your window the giant glamour comet.
Right. Okay. I thought so. I just couldn't remember.
I mean, it was weird, sort of. I mean, she was Allison when I got her out, and then she suddenly became Agnes, and I mean, I've always been Patrick. I don't understand what the change was. And she just likes Agnes.
Well. Huh. Huh. So you've always been Patrick. I went through a similar situation when I was younger. Just a little younger. Just very little. I'm not much older. I'm not very old. Just,
That is crazy talk.
He's just nodding along.
How do you this is maybe a weird question. How long have you been Patrick? Do you know?
Well, since my mom was calling me Patrick.
That's fair.
I'm 10, he says as he puts up his hands. But then he stops for a moment. He thinks about it. And at least I think I'm 10. I've been 10 for a while.
Yes. I rather thought maybe that was the case. But 10 is a great age, so spend as much time there as you'd like. That's what I say. She says.
Awesome. I'm going to be 10 forever.
In the sitcom version of this, she like turns around. She is soothing, and she turns around and she just takes like a really like rough, long sip of her wine. And thinks about how she's gonna have to bring some other people. She's got some questions. So this Agnes of yours, she's in a tower, you said? Is she?
Oh yeah, it's a tower. I mean, it's got the mural in front of it, but it's a tower. It's got rocks. It's got so many rocks. I'm gonna bring a boulder there one day.
Rocks are that is a specific design choice.
Yeah, she throws them at people.
I can't fault her logic there.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
Is she in the tower did she choose the tower to be in?
Patrick sort of sounds, he's like, I don't know. I think she likes it, though.
Well, I guess that is important. That's half the battle. All right, well, just be safe and remember what I taught you with the knife.
Of course.
If anyone over a certain age tries to put their hands on you, you just put it right through their hand.
he just beams quite widely because it's like, yeah, it's a fun game.
She pats his shoulder and then she snaps a picture real quick of his like makeup face and sends it to him and Todd.
He immediately starts eating the brownies.
Oh, the ones that they stole.
I don't know if he stole, but I don't know what you laid out for him, like mac and cheese and some shit. But I'm like, he goes for dessert first, whatever it is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
She's not going to judge that. That's like 80% of her life. She also texts D. And like, I would imagine that there's a moment where she's like in the hallway from the kitchen to the living room or like a little, alcove. And she sort of marvels at the fact that she is in contact with so many children, like, and she's just like, if I need to research something and I don't want anyone to know about it, how would I do that? Is that something a computer can do? She's not very plugged in.
Her response is, absolutely not. That is the absolute worst plan.
Okay. Good news. I've got an absolute worst plan I need your help with. I'll pay you or something. Maybe it's like an internship. Kids like payment, right? Is this bribe?
No. Kids. The response is kids hate payment, but everybody else loves it.
I'll consider it bribery then. She sets up a time that they can meet and talk about it in person because she doesn't want to. The whole point of it is that she wants people not to be able to like read her fucking text message receipts and be like, oh, this is what she's looking into.
Yeah, that's fine. She'll make the arrangements. That's fine. She's pretty much free, like, because as far as she's concerned, she comes and goes as she wants. She just sneaks out the window or through a crack in the wall. Like it's really easy for her to get away, and her mom trusts her. She's 18. She doesn't come and check on her every night.
And Marcia will let her know too that it's not like it's like she's not raising the alarm or anything. She doesn't have to rush or whatever. But at some point soon, they need to have a discussion. Because this shit is wild. She thinks she has an elder god living in her home.
I'll be 10 forever. Yeah, good.
Monster is like in her guest room.
It's not very late, is it? Like the book club probably ended by like 9, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine super late.
Yeah, this is a teenage girl. I'm pretty sure she's going to be up till like at least midnight. So doesn't matter if she has school the next day or not.
Cool.
So yeah, she'll just be like, tonight, okay? Or you want tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Come over. I'm not doing anything. Everybody's gone. Thank God.
Oh, good. I was busy. And
Patrick's making a mountain out of the mac and cheese.
and she's gonna
lick it off your hands later. I don't want handprints on the. I was trying to think of a place that makes tile, but I can't think of one. But some sort of country tile.
Okay, he's not going to wash his hands.
He doesn't need to wash them. He just needs to like lick it off or wipe it on his pants or something.
Yeah,
She knows by now not to ask Patrick to like bathe regularly.
Just lock him in the bathroom for a while. It's fine.
Right? Or like tell him there's buried treasure or something. You're a pirate. Sweet. She answers the door and lets D in.
What a serendipitous time for the doorbell to ring, right?
I know, right?
I thought that somebody was like, Carol, yeah. I thought that was you being like, come on, move it along.
No, but no,
I'm not that well prepared.
Yeah, to be fair, she did actually, shift into spider form and creep out like the crack that she knows every crack and crevice in this house. Mm-hmm. So she just creeps right on out through the walls and, outside. Like nobody has to know her business.
Says hey to some other spiders that are actual spiders.
Oh, she knows them too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But most of them respect her because she is in fact poisonous.
Yeah, that's fair.
Spider respect. Arms.
a whole bunch of high fives at the same time.
Very, very short relationships because spiders don't live long.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't make best friends. She just makes contacts. But yeah, she makes her way. Actually, she's gonna crawl under the door.
Excellent.
And go behind like a couch or something, and shift, and then crawl out and just kind of look for Marcia.
Sweet. Marcia is like kind of like lounging in the living room. Like you can see, it's like fairly open floor plan, so you can kind of see what Patrick is doing still and keep an eye on him.
He's got like chopped up some hot dogs and he's got toothpicks in them so they look like people, and he's just like, and now we will offer the sacrifice.
All right. Well, then she put into, if it wasn't the living room. Well, yeah, she'll do it from the living room then, because she's not a terribly large person. She can just go like behind the couch, shift back, and then crawl out from behind the couch and be like, "Hi," like right in the middle of where they were at. She didn't come in the door. So you probably wouldn't have noticed her unless you're watching the door for spiders to crawl under.
Marcia kind of every time, and she takes another drink. And then to Patrick, she says, if you want lava in that volcano, there's hot sauce and ketchup in the pantry.
Ooh! He says as he goes off and he starts rushing off to get it. Still hasn't sucked off the stuff from his hands yet, but he's opening it up and he's grabbing that. Oh, he starts grabbing salad dressing and that weird grape juice.
Carol's mom instincts right now are just like...
Don't let the child drink wine.
And as he's gathering all these things over to make this a plate a fucking mess.
You do have to still eat it though. Just
okay.
Sure. Okay.
As he just starts making a mess.
That's fine. She employs a cleaning service. It'll be fine. So as she settles Dee down, she's not gonna give her booze every time she's here.
She doesn't ask. She doesn't actually need it right now.
But while Patrick's doing his thing and stuff, and she kind of settles her down so they can talk a little quietly amongst themselves. And she says, "So I'm sure you've noticed that our friend here is unusual as children go."
But you mean Japan?
Yes, I wasn't sure at first because I don't interact with a lot of children, and the only ones that I know are my niece and nephew. But I'm curious about this situation. And she waves a hand at Patrick to encompass just his whole deal, this thing. I think it would behoove us to look into it before other people look into it, or people who are already looking into it perhaps come across him and we are unprepared. So maybe your digital sleuthing can dig up some of these answers or even just some of the questions we should be asking, because I'm a little bit out of my depth.
What are you worried about here?
It's just unusual, and with all the strangeness that's been going on recently, I am concerned that he might catch the attention of people it would be better he didn't catch the attention of.
I'm gonna guess probably a crocodile might be a good thing to keep him away from.
That's possible. I haven't seen any of those, but there's got to be more to the myth than just... I confess, I don't know very much about children's stories. Marcia's kind of she drinks a lot on a regular day, but this is a book club day, so she's drank even more than usual. So she's kind of leaning a little bit, you know what I mean? As she talks, she's just concerned and not sure what to do about it, and she doesn't like feeling worried about other people.
Yeah, and she kind of observes this, and her eyes sort of seem to you know how when people you get that far away look, Her eyes suddenly have this sort of faraway look, almost glaze over a little bit, as she's looking not at you but sort of beyond you. And she suddenly says, "Belladonna blooms tonight."
Excuse me?
And she just blinks for a second, and she's like, "What?"
Belladonna blooms tonight? What does that mean?
I mean, I think that's a poison.
Yes, it's a deadly nightshade family, I believe. Marcia takes out her iPhone and like makes a note in her notes app of those words, and then she like looks at Dee again and just says, "Are you feeling well? Because something just happened here and here."
I'm the best. I am feeling amazing. In reality, you look at her, she looks a little pale.
Okay. I'm gonna get you some water, she says, and she gets up and like brings back a glass of water.
The plate is just this soggy fucking mess with macaroni, wine, hot sauces, Thousand Island dressing, and stuff like that. And he's tossed like several hot dog people into this, and he's like, "Ah!"
Marcia takes the bottle of wine and several of the hot dog people and eats them with the stick still in, and then meanders back out to the other room with a big glass of water for Dee. And the bottle of wine.
The goddess has accepted the sacrifice.
So drink this. She like starts to hold out the wine and then she says, "No, this," and she like rights herself and hands over the water.
She reaches for the wine and it's going to take it unless you unless you refuse, in which case we might have a strength moment. But she's gonna reach for the wine.
Marcia's not gonna fight her. She's out loud probably gonna be like, "This might make me a bad adult, but you're 18, it'll be fine." Also drink the water. You'll feel better. I usually feel better after drinking water after a night of this. And she kind of gestures to Dee, like hitting the wine.
She just starts drinking the wine like from the bottle. Like
she didn't bring any glasses over.
That's fine. She's not good at she's not guzzling or anything, but she's looking for a little bit of something there.
Yeah. What? Okay, so I want to think of who I would know who's like an adult fae that I could like ask about just what just happened, because Marcia is so out of her depth right now.
Well, I can tell you right now, while she's drinking the wine, that Dia has passed her phone up and she is Googling the words "Belladonna blooms tonight" and "Peter Pan" together, since that's what we were just.
I will text Red Cap Jesus. I assume I have his number. Does he have a phone?
He recently got a phone from Jamie.
Sweet. Okay. Or she can text Jamie, who can pass it on or whatever. But like, if the message gets there some way, does Belladonna mean anything to you?
Red Cap Cheese is like probably eating KFC right now in the most horrifying way.
The bones and all.
Yeah, he's like eating the bones as well.
Out of the box. Just eating the box like a sandwich.
Yes.
Can't waste good roughage.
Gross.
He actually takes the meaty part and gives it to the kid and says, "You kneel, you will need those." And then he eats the he starts eating the bones. Like,
it's like one of those fucking buzzards.
Yeah. Those shits are wild.
There's these buzzards with like red eyes who like roll in red clay to make themselves look even more terrifying, and all they do is eat bones.
I love them. Buzzards are weird and very interesting.
He looks at his phone
Mhm.
and he's like, "Do I know what this belladonna means, by the way, Olosi?"
If you say it out loud, you might get a reaction, though.
He's like, "What is belladonna?"
At the mention of belladonna, Agnes stops eating. She just says, "The English."
What do you mean English?
She just kind of gives you a look like, do you not know what? What
Of
kind
course I know.
What kind of red
What
cap
English
are
is?
you? The English, the invaders.
Oh, the colonists.
She just
Ah,
gives a thought.
what kind of red cap are you? You don't know what the fuck colonist is? Goddamn
The English. They are the English.
colonists. And he says, he texts back to Marcia and says, English.
She looks at Dee and she says, "Hold on one. Hey, Patrick. Tell me more about the English."
Well,
Oh, yeah, no,
they're people from England, and they have a long and storied history. And Dee starts babbling over Patrick.
Marcia's gonna gently. She's not trying to but firmly. She's gonna put a finger, just one. You can continue your book report in one moment. I think this is important.
Oh yeah, no, they're the people that that Agnes wants to have hit with rocks. They're just as bad as pirates, from what I understand. Terrible people.
You know where they are?
No,
Do you know who they are?
no,
What they look like?
but I'm sure I'd know it if I saw them. Just like pirates.
Helpful. Marcia moves her hand away and she gives Dee a reassuring pat. She's not trying to be rude, and she knows the girl's freaked out. So she's just trying to be comforting, but she's not very good at it.
She knows you're socially awkward, so she literally just kind of accepts this as being the best you can do.
Does Agnes know where the English are?
I mean, I'm sure she does.
Does Agnes know if the English are planning to, I don't know, invade or something?
Oh, that's what she says they're doing.
As she says it out loud, Marcy is like, I fucking can't believe I just asked that question.
I mean, I could bring you guys to her if you want.
Did I find anything on my research, by the way, Carol?
There's no connotation between Belladonna and Peter Pan directly.
Okay.
Look for Belladonna in English?
Yeah, I mean, she'll just look up. Yeah, she would have looked up and been like, okay, sure. Yeah, because
You're gonna need to roll intelligence, your technology.
Sure.
Because it's not going to be in the first page of a Google search.
That's fine. I mean, she doesn't mind. She'll take a minute to dig through some stuff because this is probably obscure, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I did good.
Yay!
Huzzah!
There's a specialty involved, so I'm not sure if it fits though.
What's the specialty?
Let me find out because it would be from intelligence. Where are you hiding?
Analytical. Yep.
Analytical.
Yeah, I'll let that explode. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. It takes you at roughly 30 minutes. So, Marcia can amp up the anxiety as it takes you about that long to find it. Because it's such an obscure reference.
Patrick's rolling around at this point because it's come on, I know where she is. Let's go.
But
Yeah, you're going to see something that nobody has seen Dee do. Dee is pretty much ignoring Patrick at this point because she's still mad at him.
Marcia looks between Patrick like throwing a shit fit and Dee like, frantically hacking, and she's like, very flustered. So she just says, "I need war paint before we go."
Oh, cool! I'll bet you war paint on. He says as he just starts taking the stairs like 3 at a time.
So she's gonna just try to keep him preoccupied enough to let you do her searching and hate her life a little bit.
But yeah, after about 30 minutes of intense searching and digging, you do finally find a reference that seems like it would be like pertinent, and you end up like searching, and you find a very obscure story in a past protected site. Most of that time was probably hacking into the password of this site, where you find like a series of small blurbs and legends of research for a society calling themselves the Stories Long Past. But instead of PASSED, it's PAST. And there are various...
Said PA what?
The Stories Long Past. I read in the side chat.
Yeah, I just missed the spelling because I was in the middle of typing up the first part.
Instead of PASSED, like passed on, it's past as in the history. Anyways, so it's the Stories Long Past, and these are it's separated by researchers by country, and then cross-referenced by origin of these various legends. There is a reference to a belladonna, a lady belladonna, a she of House Baylor.
It actually says that?
Yes, that's why it is a past protected site.
Her jaw drops, and you can just see her jaw drop. Like if you guys were in the room at the time.
I think we're in war paint mode.
Okay, yeah. Because she's never seen anything changeling on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyways, it is a reference to a she of House Baylor. Very little is known about her except for it's not even that they've seen her, it's that she's remembered. So it's these very, very like tangential lines of like the intense cruelty, her vicious laughter, her sharp venomous fangs, and her disarming beauty. And but again, these are all just like from people's memories of her, and it's like like it is very clear that if she manages to like catch a glimmer into our world, it will be bad times. It does not say bad times. It is much better worded, but I am simplifying.
Basically, if she shows up, then things are going to be bad.
Yes,
that's the idea.
She is an omen of crueler things to come. A facilitator of wickedness.
Okay. Were you guys in the middle of doing makeup at this time? Probably upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the master bathroom, probably.
All right. Well,
Patrick's painting a rose in lipstick on your cheek right now.
Beautiful.
Now we got to use this to make a nice handprint, because you always need a handprint on these sort of things. He puts his hand right on like the side of her face on the other side with charcoal.
Oh, a tiny little 10-year-old hand.
Yes,
yeah.
Just a little bit.
And that's when you hear crash from downstairs.
Oh.
And yeah, Patrick. Patrick actually comes, like drops his stuff, and he comes like, down low, like he's expecting like some kind of danger as he sort of like goes down towards the goes down towards what's down the stairs. He actually like leaps on the banister to slide down because there's a big crash, and Dee was down there, and he wants to make sure that no one just like tried to break in or something like that. So he just like
yeah, Marcy is heading down there too, but like normal, like she's just like walking, rushing, but normal human ways, not sliding down banisters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I guess Patrick gets there first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marcia's slightly behind, but you both come to the same scene, and she's basically on the floor, like trying to pick up glass from the glass of water that she spilled everywhere, because she was just so surprised at the time that she just kind of like sat up so fast and like with arm flung the wrong way or something, and the glass went down.
Don't worry about that.
She's on the ground picking up glass. And she just looks up and she's like, sorry.
It's fine. Marcia helps her and kind of like, shuffles it out of her hand, and picks it up and tosses it back.
I found the absolute least shocking thing I have ever seen on the internet. I mean, it is so banal, it's cat videos.
Doesn't sound great.
Oh, I like cats. Can I see the cat video?
Can I see the cat video?
She will hand her phone to Marcia first because grown up.
Yep.
I'm sure Patrick's not surprised.
Yeah. He sort of pouts a bit, but he doesn't say anything right now. He keeps trying to jump up to see the cat video, and before Bella comes around, he like whispers, "It's like, what the cat's doing?" Comes up. What do you mean there's no cats?
Marcia absently hands Patrick her phone.
Oh, cool! He says as he's like looking up YouTube videos on cats.
But yeah, she's basically gonna, just it's open to that story. Basically, everything she just said.
Wait.
Because it's hard for her to just tell direct truth. It's a lot easier if I can just hand it to you and you can see it.
Yeah.
So she just hands it to you. But she's standing there right there, like next to you, to make sure you're not doing anything else on her phone. But she is. But you are. You're holding it.
Yeah. Marcia reads through it, and she sort of presses her lips into a line for a second, and just says,
"Because that should always be on the internet."
Yeah, that's not great for a lot of reasons.
I mean, it was passworded. That's why it took me so long.
Huh.
Can I? And she's gonna hold out her hand for her phone back.
Yeah.
And she's gonna try to find out who the admin for this place is and who runs it.
So if she says it's passworded, does that mean it was or was not passworded?
You can figure out how to translate that, because all I have to do is mislead. There's a mix of truth and false in everything.
Okay. I'm like, Marcia doesn't understand most of the internet anyway.
Unless you ask a question. The one thing you do know is if you ask a question, she is lying. She is lying to you.
Yeah. Sometimes Marcia does that on purpose because it just makes it easier.
You've learned Misha's trick. But yeah, she's gonna try to see if she can dig into like who the admin is. Is this like a message board, or is it just a collection of stories?
It's kind of almost like a somewhere along the lines of like between like a university kind of site and and just plain information. Yeah, like imagine like published studies kind of stuff. Some of these stories are much thicker than others, but yeah.
Okay. Do I see any even a screen name for who might be running this?
Nope, not right on the open. Like you might have to do some more digging.
Oh, she will. She's happy to do so. She wants to know what she can figure out about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she can figure out the source, that could actually be pretty important. Plus, she's also going to take time later to actually read through the rest of the stories on this site.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Okay, so you need to roll, I guess, geez, I feel like it should be a larceny roll to hack into it.
I still think it's computers. Because...
Yeah, it's probably computers. So
Okay, whatever. So yeah,
I
intelligence,
doubt
right?
it's computers.
Well, and if that specialty still applies the analytical, then it's 5.
Yeah. You do manage to find a like piece of code that leads you towards like the like account holder. But as you access it, like a video screen pops up. Like Skype kind of turns on your phone. If it was not downloaded, it is downloaded.
I'm sure it was
downloaded. On.
I'm sure it was on there. Like she would have all that normal stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is it videoing her or is it actually connecting her with someone?
Yes, it's like there's like a ringing.
Oh God.
No, it's okay. I think I do believe I gave her curiosity. Based on that, she's going to leave it on.
Mm-hmm.
But she is going to turn herself so that you can't see anything that would identify this particular location.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that you see like a couch.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I'm going to make sure. I think she has curiosity. I'm pretty sure I gave it.
This is when Marcia's expensive taste in furniture bites her in the ass.
Because she's one of the people that should be able to get to these stories, so she's not worried about who she's speaking with.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find my freaking flaws. Aha! I do not actually have curiosity, but you know what? She's gonna go with it. It's fine. And impatient is always a thing. So
yeah, I mean, you need to get this information now.
Yep.
Who is this person?
Yeah, she's gonna wait and let it
Answer
ring.
me.
The camera's open. She's sitting right there, and she's waiting.
Eventually, somebody walks in front of the camera. Like they look very tired because it is late where they are. It's a very, very tired looking, like 40-year-old woman knocker.
Well, I wouldn't be able to see her Fey Man through the camera, right?
I don't know. It's iffy, really.
Because if so, then she's seeing my spider eyes.
Yeah. It's hard to tell because I don't think they ever talk about that. Like I know if you take a picture of it isn't. If it's video, it isn't. But if it's live, whatever, who knows? But either way, it's an elderly woman, so there you go.
Well, you can tell me yes or no. It's your game.
I say yes.
Okay, then.
Makes this easier.
It does. So, anyways, she has her hair like pulled up into a like very quick makeshift bun. Like you can tell it was just like done to answer the phone. She's wearing like a dressing gown sort of thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Who are you?
My name is Mildred. Mildred Kumquat.
Your parents are the worst.
I'll tell them you said so.
Please do. What are you... Tell me what you're doing on this website.
Research.
Oh, a smartass. Great. I'm glad I woke up early for this.
I didn't call you. This automatically happened. So clearly you set it up. So that means that you can deal with the consequences of your actions.
How old are you? 12? 13?
Yes, totally. I am exactly those ages. Both of them.
Oh, fucking Puka. It's too early for this. It's
No.
far too early for this.
So she's speaking in English. Is there an accent or anything?
They're not really.
Okay.
It's just, yeah.
It's so cultured. There is no accent.
And a little beyond Dee's shoulder, Marcy is like,
and she's just gonna hold up a finger, like where the camera can't see it, like hold on. And she'll be like, "Look, I'm Dee, and I'm trying to find out some stuff about Belladonna."
Belladonna. 1 minute, you just hear her like for about 5 minutes. She's like,
she actually is gonna say, wait, what's your name?
Denise, Foz. You can call me Foz.
Okay, cool.
Like Foz.
What about Fuzz?
Yeah, and she'll just be like, I may or may not have other people here, but they're us.
Well, it's good to know that you aren't an idiot. Dee, was it?
Yeah.
And she finishes typing and she's like, Belladonna. She looks to be not our problem at the moment. We haven't had any sightings of her in the Dreaming or Gray World. Just a few hazy memories from some well-established souls.
Well, it's possible that there's some stuff going on here that has to do with her. And her eyes definitely are kind of averting a little bit because she's the one who said it. And it's kind of freaky.
Mm-hmm. I see.
We just figured it out. Well, I just figured it out tonight, maybe? Sometimes I say things. It's awkward.
You said you say things.
Sometimes, like twice.
And your name was Dee, you said? And you hear her like typing.
Yeah.
Oh, very, very interesting. What part of the world are you in?
I'll answer if you will.
That's fine. And she just does like a couple more clicks, and you have stuff on your phone that tells you if people are trying to do stuff, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. If your GPS turns on your phone.
She's gonna turn it back off.
And she's like, oh. And she types again and bing,
turns it on.
go.
She's gonna keep her finger on it, just be click, click, click every time. And she'll just be like, "You asked the question. Trust me."
Oh, we'll figure it out. It's okay.
Quit messing with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I admittedly figured my way through the password, but I haven't done anything to your site.
Oh, no, that's good. If you had done something to our site, well, then we wouldn't be having this friendly conversation. No,
I wouldn't have stayed on the line.
I'm simply making a cross-reference. And
Patrick's curiosity is getting the better of him, so he's going to try and sneak over to look over Dee's shoulder to see what's going. Like probably hanging off the back end of the couch to try and see who she's talking to.
Do you like get into the frame of the?
Probably, because you kind of have to.
Marcia, uncharacteristically tugs him back.
Hey!
Just, we have to stay secret.
Why?
Interesting eyes on that one. What's his name?
Why are you gathering information?
It's best if we know who's about. Not all of us are as bright and friendly as you and I. She says, and she smiles the pointy knockered teeth.
She narrows her spider eyes.
Is she on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Originally she would have been, and I haven't said she put a headset in, so yeah.
Okay, just very quietly in the corner, Marcy's gonna be like, "Oh, I fucking hate her."
Why? She seems nice.
And Dee's just like,
She does seem nice, doesn't she?
Yeah.
okay, look, I've
Do you
given
think she
my
has
name.
cookies?
I'm not going to out anybody else, and I'd prefer you stayed out of my phone.
Well, I'd prefer you stay out of the code of my site, but here we are.
I just
All right.
wanted to know who was doing this. I wanted to make sure it was safe because it is kind of on the internet.
Well, it is pass protected.
It is. And I'm certain I'm not the only one who's found their way through.
Usually, when somebody finds their way through, a safeguard goes up. You must have been very, very good at what you did.
So what kind of site is this?
Well, it would be unbelievably difficult to expect everybody to stay in one place at one time. And, well, the dreaming is a lovely place for us to, I suppose, be ourselves. We must understand that the world is changing, technology is changing, and change is good. So,
Head tilt, unseelie, head tilt.
we are simply keeping up with the times. We don't want to be caught with our guard down.
I might be interested in perhaps more information. We can talk later, maybe.
Perhaps, if you are able to get through our site, we may need to up the security once again. Reginald! You hear like a sleepy groan from like off camera.
And she's just going to answer the question that she had been asked earlier, kind of go back a little bit and just say I'm in, and she'll name I can't remember all the names of the name of the city, but she'll say the name of the city and the state.
Briggenfowl,
New Hampshire.
There you go. She'll say I'm in Briggenfowl, New Hampshire.
Very good, very good.
Now you're going to stay out of my phone now, right?
Yes, I don't need anything past that. I will be giving you an alias, though. No need for them to know. You are very young, exactly who you are. And if you go back to the Belladonna thing, there will be a slight footnote about Puka X in New Hampshire. Like, there's other stuff that would be there for somebody who breaks in the code, but like the basic thing for like the general researcher who is supposed to have a password to the site would just see Puka X in New Hampshire. Reference to Belladonna.
Pancake.
Pancake disapproves.
I love pancakes.
Unfortunately, we don't know much more about Belladonna than what you see on the site.
She nods. Would it be possible for me to look through the rest of the site at some point?
I think that can be arranged, but I would much prefer that we make it a legitimate thing. So we may need to vet you first, make sure that you're not one of those people who just talks openly without considering who's in the room. We'll be in touch, though.
She'll actually turn the camera around to sort of, to pan around the room to see the other two people. Mm-hmm. Just quickly. She's not going to
Patrick just waves. Hi, you look nice. I'm Patrick.
Marcia flips it off.
Yeah, she just pans it around. She's not doing it.
No, she does. She's gonna do the slightly intimidating thing.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You guys do totally do what you want there. That's fine. But I'm just saying she's not doing it super fast or super slow. But especially over Patrick, she's gonna go a little faster because she doesn't want them to recognize Peter Pan there.
Yeah.
So specifically, like, you'll get to do your wave, but it's kind of quick. It's a blurry thing that she sees.
As usual with Piskies anyway.
Yeah, it's blurry, Patrick.
Always blurry.
Well, because Peter Pan is a real tell about certain situations, and she doesn't want to give extra information away. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she'll do that, and then she'll turn it back to herself, and she'll be like, "That's who I'm with at this point. They have overheard all this. That's it."
if Marcy is too human, does she like not look super? Like, does she just look like a fucking angry woman standing there?
Some extra.
There'd be yeah. It takes like a little longer to see like the mane on them, but
Okay.
yeah.
I was just like, this is Peter Pan, and this is just some lady. You know, like it's they're all like us except for this weird woman right here. She is. Just have to blink at her.
Paul's just kind of like there's like a squint because like when you zoom motion, like it's a little like
it's kind of blurry and fast
yeah,
and
she's like, they may need to be vetted as well. But yes, we will be in touch. Don't call us, we'll call you, but we will call you. And like the screen just bloops off.
She's gonna look and see if there's actually a number in there.
There's not.
She's gonna actually try to hack into her own phone and dig deeper to see if there's any remnants left anywhere, but not right now. She'll do it later.
Okay.
Marcia blinks as like the call goes dead, and she says, "I may actually not pass that background check. Let's go see Agnes."
Yay! Okay, follow me. He says as he comes rushing out the door. And jumps right into a snowbank. Whee!
Great.
And she's just gonna, pull her jacket back on. I'm assuming she would have taken it off. And head out with them. And she'll just be like, "Hey, are you gonna like tell Redcap Jesus what's going on?"
Yes. We probably should, I guess.
Patrick, as you leave the house like ahead of them, you hear psst, psst, Patrick.
And Patrick looks up.
Emma's standing there in like full like snow gear and holding Falala.
Hi.
I'm gonna go see the mermaids. Do you want to come?
Yeah, let's go see the mermaids.
All right.
Patrick.
Huh? Did the rest of us hear it too?
She's like standing off to the side of the house. She's trying not to be seen. So if you guys want to roll your perception alertness for hearing to hear,
I don't know that I'm seeing her, but like we're supposed to be following him. So if he's not going anywhere, Marcy is going to be like, "Come on, dude."
I mean, I seem to have seen her quite clearly.
Yeah, you see Emma there standing in like full snow gear, holding Falala,
and she's going to say, "Oh no. Fuck the mermaids." And she doesn't even care that Emma's right there. She's like, "No."
What is happening right now? Marcia says, What? I thought we were going to see Agnes.
But Emma wants to see the mermaids.
Why don't we go get Agnes and then we can all go see the mermaids?
I'm not going in the water.
With us to see Agnes?
I'm not going in the water.
We will.
And he stops for a moment. Oh yeah. And he goes, and Patrick sort of stops for a moment. He blinks and he goes, "Oh, yeah." He thinks about that for a moment, and he looks at Emma for a moment, and he's looking at Falala, and it uncharacteristically for a moment, he's like looking at Emma because what? Falala shouldn't go near the water. He's thinking to himself.
Oh, okay.
He's thinking to himself for a moment, and
that's fair. That's actually something that, like, that. Dee obviously also knows.
I don't.
Yeah.
Actually,
look at Emma and just be like, "Are you sure that's a good idea? For one thing, the mermaids are kind of scary."
They're so pretty.
Most things that are pretty are a lie, dear, and dangerous besides.
They tried to kill me.
But they sing so pretty.
And what about Falala, who hates water?
She doesn't have to go in.
Okay, something weird is happening.
Yeah.
You know who else sings pretty? One Direction. That's what my niece tells me. Come on, sweetheart. Marcia kind of approaches Emma. We will be off to see the mermaids in just a moment. We simply need to swing by and pick up a friend first. And your father would hardly let me hear the end of it if I allowed you to go out on your own as a child in the snow in New Hampshire at night.
And the water in the snow.
At night.
Yes.
She looks at she's like gonna lean into her into Marcia's ear. She's gonna be like, seriously, do not let her near the mermaids.
I'm not an idiot.
I mean, she's like being so direct
I know.
right now, and she just sounds like actually a bit angry, and just really like she's like, oh hell, like maybe even a little scared.
Marcia notes the directness, and I assure you, I plan to deflect. Let's go get Agnes.
Yay!
Like,
Come on, we get hot chocolate on the way. It'll be a fun trip.
Emma kind of follows behind, but she stays quiet the entire trek there.
She's going to text
Go
Emma's
ahead.
dad. Yeah, she's going to text Emma's dad.
I was like, can I roll to see if she's okay? Like, can I roll some kind of Arcana, Greymere,
Perception kenning.
something?
Yeah, perception kenning.
She's just going to text, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
There's no response from Ben at this time.
That's fine, but she's just going to say, Emma came by, and I just wanted to let you know that we're going to go play at the park, okay? And just because you know how parents are about their small children. So at the very least, he's been informed.
There we go.
Ooh,
2 successes?
2 successes. Does anybody else want to roll perception kenning at this time too?
sure.
or-
I'll have Patrick do so.
She's just acting fucking weird, dude.
I feel Dee is being not paying attention because she's texting right now. So
Patrick's got 1 success.
Okay. So, Patrick, you notice that there seems to be a bit of glamour around Emma.
Mhm.
Whether or not you understand what glamour is up to you. But you know it's magical stuff.
Yeah, something that wasn't there before too. He's like, ooh.
I'm gonna message you just because of what I'm going to reveal to you, Rebecca.
Okay.
All right. Not that I think there'll be any bleed. It's just kind of a reveal that I want to wait a bit for. As you guys head towards Agnes and Redcap Jesus. So I'll let you guys narrate the rest of that.
So that's a good question. Are we driving or are we following Patrick as they follow the leader sort of thing?
We will follow the leader to Marcia's probably Escalade, let's be real.
Okay.
Or something like that. And then she is going to shuffle all of these children into this car. She asks Dee quietly as they're like loading up, like she'll give Patrick the front passenger seat and she'll say to Dee, keep an eye on her. And kind of like nod toward Emma. So they'll together in the back.
She's gonna let Emma sit like far away from like the door that opens on the side, like have her sit on the inside, and she'll be like, here, go ahead and get in, and then get in so that she's by the door.
Okay, cool. Child locks, what's up? Boom. I'm trapped. And she will say, all right, lead the way. I am your navigator and you are the captain of the ship.
Aye, aye.
So she'll
To
let
the
him,
mural.
It
points him directly through houses to the mural.
she'll follow as best as she can.
Yeah.
I mean, she lives here, so I imagine she knows it fairly well.
It's like, no, you go through that narrow alleyway. That goes by a lot faster.
It does, but our ship is a little too big to make that trek.
He seems to be disappointed in that, and he's just like...
She's going fairly quick.
So he mutters to himself, he's like, one day I'll make it fly.
Oh, God. I don't know that she would hate that, to be honest.
But anyway, it takes a little bit because Patrick is telling his directions and stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's where the pie is unicorn pie. It's delicious."
It's delicious. As they're driving too, she's kind of like, "Emma, is your dad asleep? Did you sneak out? Or I'm not going to tell, but just is he okay? It's unusual for him to not be glued to his phone."
Daddy went upstairs.
Right. Good. Good.
She'll just be like, I totally didn't just text him, but he's not exactly responding.
Yeah. So how's school? They will do that. As they make their way in speed to the tower, which I imagine they would arrive at.
Yeah.
Promptly.
As you arrive at the tower, you see a large rock hail from the top floor and hit D-String, who is holding a can of spray paint. Square on the forehead between the eyes.
D-String was in a prologue thing. It's like, oh, I remember that guy. He's a pirate.
Oh, right. Okay. So the rock's like, and as it happens, Marcia kind of leans over to Patrick and she says, "Agnes."
Yeah. Hey, Agnes.
I like your style.
Before she responds to you, like as the rock connects with D-String's forehead, you hear, "Take that, you bloody asshole! You haven't been called to it yet." and then
calm your ass down.
What?
He says, "Calm your ass down."
I'll throw another rock at you if you don't stop telling me what to do. I am the queen. I am the queen.
Anyone who says I am the queen is no true queen. You need to understand your responsibilities.
Marcius, can we see them from where we're
Roll the dodge.
Me?
No, not you. Redcap Jesus. Roll the dodge.
I am not dodging.
Okay, she hits you with a fucking rock.
I will intimidate her very fucked uply, and he will look at her in the eye and says, "Don't do that shit again."
Can we? Not quite sure how you can't see Redcap Jesus, but you can probably see Agnes in the window, just hurling a rock.
I'm trying to blue browbeat her. That's crazy intimidation. I don't know. I think it's
fucking murderous mane and stuff.
Yeah,
he is intimidating this kid. He's like, don't do that. He's not being murderous. He is being he is trying to educate her.
He's about and she throws rocks at him.
Yeah.
I know how to be queen. All right. So what do you roll for bully browbeat? It's just a reduced difficulty for manipulation, right?
It's manipulation, intimidation.
Okay. So, and do you have murderous mane as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right. She calms down. She is not happy being scowled at by her underling.
One day you will be a good queen and understand what I was trying to teach you.
One day I'm going to hit you with a rock so hard you learn how to behave. Agnes gives no fucks.
I love
she stops throwing rocks because you've intimidated her to the point of not throwing rocks, but she will still talk as a Redcap.
Yeah, Redcap Jesus knows that. Mm-hmm. He knows that she's a Redcap, so he doesn't say anything to this shit talk. But he gives her more pie. Eat it. We will need.
I really like how food motivated this group is.
But yeah, Patrick would know that Emma is in the top floor of this building.
Agnes, yeah.
Yeah, Agnes. Sorry, not Emma. Agnes.
Well, he's still playing the game of Tower and Queen and Queen in the Tower, so he goes, Your Majesty, permission to climb the tower."
And you see a pie-stained face peer out of the window. "Permission granted. Death to the English."
"Death to the English," he says as he leads them out to the door.
Redcap Jesus gets up. He needs to do the thing. He's getting ready for something, as the queen can see.
I think my personal plan is to knock on the to actually figure out how to get in without climbing. I mean, I can climb as a spider, but
Yeah, no.
Oh,
there's
stairs.
there's a door that Patrick opens, and there's stairs going up. So
Yeah.
it's fine. Might be fun to climb up as a spider, though. But I'm afraid she would accidentally hit me with a rock.
Redcap Jesus actually says, "All hail, the Dark Queen of Redcaps."
Street Jesus, Patrick says as he gets up and he comes over and he gives him a big hug.
He accepts the hug and he says, "I am a seneschal now."
Ooh, that's nice. What? I don't know what that means. Hi, Agnes.
Hello, Patrick.
She's gonna look at Redcap Jesus and be like, "You feeling any better?"
I'm better.
Good.
Never been better.
Well, I just, you weren't feeling so good there for a bit.
The enemies has arrived and died. It's our job to protect us kids now.
As Emma finally arrives upstairs following the rest of the crew, she and Agnes kind of get into what can only be described as like a pint-sized stare down.
Mhm.
They do not like each other. It is something girls do where they can instantly decide. And these two little girls do not like each other.
Oh, see, they're both Redcaps, right?
No.
Emma is
A girl.
A girl.
Human.
Just a girl.
Possibly a
human.
Canaan. She might be Canaan. Who knows?
She's got some glamour sparkling. I mean,
Redcap
you can make your perception kenning on her.
Redcap Jesus is very happy that the queen is learning how to bully people.
Well, I will say this because Dee actually is a bit on the soft-hearted side, and she will stay next to Emma to make sure that she's not going to get bullied by anybody. So, yeah.
Redcap Jesus just says, "My queen, not everybody understands our ways. It's fine."
She refuses to break eye contact, this long glare with Emma, and she just says, "She's English."
Is she? But she's my friend.
We can make peace. We only make peace with our enemies.
She does the side eye. "We do not make peace with the English."
But your people may need peace.
Tell me more about the English and Belladonna.
And she goes back to like glaring at Emma. "The English take without asking. They reside in places where they are not wanted. She is English."
Belladonna is, I assume you mean?
She stops glaring for a moment, like she just realizes she's being asked another question. "Hey guys."
It's okay.
Yes. Belladonna is English. And she's English. And she like gives Emma a shove.
Yeah.
Patrick's no, even Patrick's actually gonna jump in between that, and it's like
At the same time as Dee is pretty much jumping behind Emma to grab her, so she doesn't fall, and she's going to be like, "Keep your hands off of Emma."
Well, diffuse. She's English right now, but not always. Something. She's been bamboozled. There's some kind of something. I noticed it earlier, and I wasn't going to do anything about it because I don't know what to do about it. She's not always English.
Your queen.
and she is too wanted. Her dad may not want her, but we do. We like her.
Oh my God, Dee's mouth drops when she hears that. What? Her dad what?
Ah, yes.
Wait, what?
Things were said.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he said he was going to send her away. I'm not going to let that happen.
We are not.
You can always join. You can always join us in the streets, kid, if you need a place to stay.
Not needed.
Agnes is still glaring at Emma, and she goes, "The smart thing to do would be to send her away, far away."
Okay,
You-
well then maybe we're not
out.
smart.
You need to chill out, little girl.
Don't talk to the queen like that. The queen. And every
Well,
red
then-
cap thinks about her.
Well, then she needs to be more respectful. Emma's done nothing to her.
She's queen.
So?
Oh?
So what's the queen of red cap?
She's not my queen.
I didn't vote for her.
You're
And
not red cap.
Being queen doesn't give you an automatic rule to be an asshole. Sorry, kid.
Being a red cap does that.
Yeah,
Get better
and
at
if
being a
anyone in
rat
this
cat,
room is
maybe.
going to be an asshole, it's going to be me. Marcy.
Oh, it's gonna be me. And he says, no, it's gonna be me.
And for the
I'm the
record,
prime red cap here.
yeah, Dia's going to pretty much take Emma's hand if Emma will allow it. And she's going to stand slightly in front of Emma.
Yeah, Emma will allow it, and she's like, she gives kind of like a glare back at Agnes, and like the sticking her tongue out, like, "See, people like me," kind of thing.
Marcia is going to look at Redcap Jesus and be like, very smart to stand here arguing when we should be figuring out how to get whatever curse is on this child off of her. But no, this is fine. This is good. Good use.
All right, well, first of all, I needed to figure out... Like, can we go back to Belladonna, please? What do you know about her?
Are you talking to Agnes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Changing
who are you asking?
Changing subject.
Your Grace, maybe you should tell us what you know.
She's the entire time she talks, she is just glaring at Emma, who's kind of doing like the little peek from behind D.
Yeah.
Belladonna is evil. When she arrives, chaos follows. Chaos and death.
Is she coming?
I hope not. She says that, she looks up at Dee and says, "I hope not," and then goes immediately back to glaring at Emma.
If she were, how would she do that? Because we might have reason to believe the likelihood is higher that she is going to make an effort.
She gives a shrug. Who knows how the English do anything? They simply take.
That is true, actually. She high fives her. Just like that is.
Just like pirates. But Emma's no pirate. She's not English.
She's worse than a pirate. She's English.
There's nothing worse than pirates.
Can I possibly roll my intelligence enigmas to see if I can figure out exactly what she means by English?
Sure.
Based on context and what we've heard so far.
Mm-hmm.
Is
It's
nobody
still
going
confusing
to
me.
uncurse this child?
Well, she's trying. That is on the list of things, but we have Agnes right this second.
Can I also roll my changeling history?
Yes.
I have 5 successes on that enigma. I want to know what the hell the English are.
Okay, so Agnes, I don't have the ability to do the Scottish brogue, but Agnes has developed that since her chrysalis. I heard it roll for Tom, but it doesn't.
It's in the dice roller, not the general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If everybody can move to the same one, that'd be fantastic.
The general.
Yeah. Or to dice roll, I don't know. Just everybody pick
No.
one.
Carol just no.
Just, God damn it, I'm John. Anyway, so
Dare to be different. Live your dreams.
anyways, so It's a Scottish sort of thing. The Scots have kind of a very checkered history with the English. And Black Agnes is like the legend around her is this like rebellious queen who managed to defend a peel tower against English invaders. The way she is using English very much like is synonymous with invaders.
So in this case, it could mean the fact that she is human, or it could mean the fact that she's related to a she.
Could mean quite a number of things.
And what was belladonna again? And they mentioned in that thing, glimmer. Mm. The research thing that we mentioned was that belladonna's a sheet of House Baylor, and there's a possibility. We hope that there won't be a glimmer that opens.
Yes.
Of course, Patrick doesn't know that. He didn't read it.
So
that's fair. We got distracted, or she would have let you see it. Even though she is still upset with you, she's literally not willing to talk about that unless the subject comes up. Mm. Like when the mermaids came up, she didn't like that.
So this is like a little tangential, but I'm trying to figure out what Marcy is doing. Okay. Moment. So Falala, from what we have learned, is an enchanted toy sent to protect Emma
by her mother.
From her mother's enemies or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, and her mother was a satyr.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is there? Would it be like a kenning roll or a Greymare roll? Like I saw this aura around her. Can I see if Falala is interacting with that at all?
That would be perception kenning.
Yay. We'll see how this goes.
Woo! 2 successes.
Falala does seem to have sort of like a calming presence to whatever that cold magic radiating from that glamour is.
So can I boost Falala's powers with naming too?
That's more of like superficial stuff. You can't boost like stats or anything like that with naming too.
Well, I want to try to get this aura off of Emma.
If it actually is magic of some sort on her, then we could go through the process that Dee did with Patrick and figure out the things that you need to have to break the magic.
I can't tell if it's on her or if it's coming from her is the thing.
I got an idea.
Oh God.
Maybe I can browbeat the magic to get the fuck out of her.
I mean,
because see, it says
it does work.
Red caps can intimidate everything.
So, oh no, it's true.
So he kind of like looks like maybe I can.
Because
intimidate doors into opening. It's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, you can do this. We in the old venue we had somebody who bully browbeat a like the virus of the plague that was attacking us. Yeah, he did it. He bully browbeat that thing into leaving somebody.
I believe browbeat a crime scene to look like there's no evidence regarding me. So like Red Cap just like gets up and like
you can bully browbeat anything. It's fantastic.
Me and Marcia can do it at the same time.
I just want to know what it is.
If you could focus only on the magic, then yes. But she needs to understand that it's not to her because she's still a kid.
You guys are talking about her, right?
Yes.
Like bullying her right in front of her?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, I mean, she's still holding her hand and like kind of pulling her more protectively closer because like, my character's playing guardian angel here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and Marcy is not super on board with bully browbeating a little kid, so she's still kind of like she's considering it, but she's kind of like she's sort of at Emma and says, What? Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was gonna say, has anything weird happened to you in the last couple of days, Emma, aside from the mermaids?
The mermaids weren't weird. They were beautiful.
Well, but not every day you see a mermaid, right? Like it's out of the ordinary, which is not a bad thing. It's just not standard.
Well, Patrick took me to see a dragon the other day.
Did he? Patrick, where did you take her to see a dragon?
I took her into the woods, but he couldn't see him.
Oh, that dragon.
Oh, that dragon.
What dragon?
The ones in the woods, the Forbidden Woods.
He's a nice dragon.
Did I meet that dragon?
No.
You did.
Okay, I thought I did.
What's the name of the dragon?
Ted. His name is Ted.
Ted the dragon.
Small. Marcy looks at Redcap. She's like, he's not
Nice.
Emma looks at you and she's like, "You actually got to see him?"
Yeah, I did.
I'ma eat the dragon. If you eat a
No.
dragon, your
No.
teeth get better.
That is.
You are not eating Ted
Why?
because he's nice. He gives you tea.
He was very nice. Yes, I did get to see him. It was. He was very kind. He offered me tea.
So I say, let's get the Patrick closes the girl's ears. DD closes the girl's eyes, so she doesn't hear or see us, and then
And-
we get the magic out of her.
Let me ask her. Let me talk to her. And she's going to kind of kneel down to Emma's level, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she'll look at Emma and she'll just be like, "Will you agree to let him try to fix whatever this problem is with you?"
She takes one look at that scary ass Redcap and she says, "No,
Would you let me take a try?
I don't want you to be scary."
I'm not going to be scary, dear. No scary.
Emma, you can sit in my lap. I will keep my arms around you. You can close your eyes and I'll cover your ears.
Oh, we could sing that song. You know, the song that your mom sang.
And I promise not to be scary. That is not my general approach.
You don't have to see or do
Uh-huh.
anything. You don't have to see it, hear it.
I don't know if I can bully browbeat as well as Redcap Jesus King.
The second, like, you know, the Marcia says, like, that's not my thing about, like, scary. The Red Cap was like, He's like,
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, we're talking about magic, right? I mean, the horse, there was a song associated with it, and I know that song, at least part of it. I know the tune.
I think that's smart, actually. Good job, Patrick.
If
Patrick beams because he's like, I did something.
if that's fine, if you're okay with that, Emma, then we'll do that. If not,
What are you going to do?
I'm just going to talk to you.
you're gonna
That's
talk
all.
to the magic.
And Patrick is going to sing.
What magic? What?
Magic
I
like
don't
the mermaids.
this. I want to go see the mermaids.
If you
will
let
see
me
the
try
mermaid
this,
win.
it'll only take a minute. Very short. Then we can go see the mermaids.
And she looks at Redcap. She goes, "But not him."
Not him. Just me.
Yep.
Marcia kind of stands. She shuffles over. To stand.
yeah, and Dee's gonna just sit on the ground and kind of look to Emma to see what she wants to do, but try to at least pull her down to sit next to her.
Fucking murderous Maine. She is not going to accept goddamn murderous Maine. It's like,
Right.
yeah, sorry.
Patrick's actually
No problem.
about to go. Patrick's about to actually, start, sing the song that was there. But then something sort of stops him, and he's looking because there's a lot of different things on the pile of toys and stuff that have been brought, and there's actually a recorder, a flute. It's a nice little standard flute, and something inside him feels connected. It's not the right kind of flute, but he still feels drawn to it, and he feels something's important about this. And he goes over and he grabs the recorder, and he looks at it for a moment. It's very clear he's like, this is not something he's used to. He's never handled a flute in his life before, but something about this feels right. And he puts the recorder to his lips, and I'm going to invoke my living legend to give him perform.
Oh, God.
Your what? Oh, remembrance?
No, living legend.
Oh, your living legend? Go for it.
Yeah. So the question is, how many dots in performance possible specialty in flutes are you going to give him? Because that's the thing about that.
Let me roll a d5. No, he's Peter fucking Pan. 4 dots.
4 dots, specialty in flutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 dice. Let's see if he can perform the music. You're fucking Pan. Only 1 success, sadly, but
It's a recorder. They're always at best 1 success.
yep. So sadly, it's not the right flute, but he's playing the music of the song that of the tune, at least from when they last talk of the song that her mother would sing with the Falala from what she had told him in the forest. And he's just starting to play that.
Sorry, I need to open something up to make sure. What is that? Dark crystal?
That's not the right. Ba, ba, ba.
You guys are hearing my music or something else?
No,
It's the Peter Pan.
I don't know what the actual tone of the song. It's something Gaelic, but he's playing the music as best he can on a recorder. But even he's like, there's something about this flute. He's always like, this isn't right. This isn't how it's supposed to be. But he's doing his best, given the fact it's such a shitty recorder. Not a pan flute.
I need to know, like, here's the thing. She or, like, you cannot make the she, like, panic. Like, they keep their composure.
Mm-hmm.
So, if this bully browbeat succeeds, it's against a glimmer. So,
I don't know what a glimmer is, but I thought that might be what was going on, which is why I was so concerned with getting this weird chick gone.
It might make her pause for just long enough for the glimmer to close before she can get through.
I will straight up drug this child. That is my plan B. I just want you guys to know, I'm not joking. That is what I had in my head next on the docket. I'm just going to slip a fucking Xanax into some hot chocolate.
I don't know what, like, glimmer is.
it's how the Arcadians take over a human body.
Okay. So Arcadians can't look fucked up, right? Like, that's true. But we're not getting the Arcadian. We're getting the magic. Like, we're not trying to make her look bad. We're trying to get the magic to fuck off. You understand what I mean? Like, imagine there's a curse on her, right? We're not intimidating her. We're intimidating the curse on her. So, like,
see, it's not that it's a curse, it's a glimmer.
I'm basically going to try to convince it that be like, oh, a child, really? This is the best that you can do? That's foolish. Like, kind of just make it
Passive aggression.
Yeah, that's exactly
the,
that was
the glimmer of Arcadia. Let's see how it goes.
I mean, I get what you're saying. We think it's a curse, but really it's some she that's trying to come over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we will kill when he arrives. I'm kidding.
Agnes looks on board with killing it now.
I'm an Arcadian she. I'm intolerant to Arcadian she, but as my PC, not my myself OOC. But yeah, Capchus is getting ready for, like, intimidating the shit out of this curse that he thinks is a curse. Actually, before that, can I roll perception in Greymare to understand what the fuck she is?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't. How much would you be able to tell?
I don't know.
Before it. All right. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and see if it's even a concern for me first.
9 or 10. I got like 1, 9, 10, 9.
Jesus. All right. What are you looking at specifically? The like the magic, or Emma?
Like I'm trying to understand what the fuck is wrong with her.
All right. There's magic that is already kind of connected to her. She has been marked. It is, and based on what you know of Arcadians, because you have an intolerance for them, this girl has been marked for a long time. Those glimmers aren't supposed to linger. They're an instantaneous thing. The fact that you guys, like, it is taking long enough for you guys to register it at all is kind of fucked up. You know?
What do you mean? It's fucked up. I don't understand.
Glimmers are like the she comes through and it's there.
Gone.
Yeah, it's a chrysalis.
It's supposed to be fast.
Yeah. This magic, at the very least, has been around all night. So what the fuck is keeping like, yeah.
There is an Arcadian she that's trying to come.
Mm-hmm.
And Red Cap is like, maybe we should not.
Should not what?
Mess with the glimmer.
What is a glimmer?
There's someone who's trying to come to this side by taking over.
That's totally the way this works. As she
Okay,
looks at
what?
Emma.
Earmuffs.
An Arcadian she.
She points at Emma and she says, "Earmuffs? Yeah, just for a second."
Dee will actually pull out her phone and look at Emma and be like, "What kind of music do you like?"
Perfect. She Marcia like thumbs up to Dee and kind of like.
Yeah, she'll find whatever kind of music Emma says.
It'll probably be like the Wiggles or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. She will find whatever kids bop bullshit there is.
Yeah,
and she'll give her the headset. Actually, she'll put it in her own ears first to make sure it's loud enough you can't hear much of what's happening, and then she'll put it in her ears and be like, "Here, listen to this for a bit."
So once Emma's like plugged up, Marcia looks at Redcap Jesus and she says, "So you're telling me that there is some dastardly she presence?" Did he say she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, glimmers are usually she.
Okay.
So
Trying to like possess this little girl, and you don't want us to do anything about that?
That's what Arcadian she do. That's how they come over.
Not tonight. Not in my neighborhood.
What I'm saying is, fuck Arcadian she.
Yeah.
Fuck this as a whole. Fuck their kingdoms. Let's just save this girl from this Arcadian she.
God help me, we actually agree on something. All right. Backup plan. Do you know where to get hot chocolate? It can be the powdered packaged bullshit, or something good that a kid would want to drink.
Good
Yes.
news.
What are you looking at doing?
Contingency plan.
I say, let's just teach this kid how to survive. If his dad throws her out,
No,
we don't need any Arcadians fucking around in this neighborhood.
I mean, that is true.
That is a valid point. I think we need to get her out of here, just in case it starts happening faster.
That dude,
We have to try first, though.
that Gavidian dude, he's an idiot. We don't need two idiots in this town.
All right.
Look, her
You're
dad.
both looking at each other right now, right?
Mhm.
What?
Okay, so you aren't watching Agnes, and
Mhm.
Emma, you were more concerned that she isn't listening to what you're saying. Agnes has picked up a rock and thrown it at Emma. You hear the connecting. And she goes, "Death to the English!"
You are such a bitch.
Marcia sees red. She's going for she's gonna fucking grab that scrawny little shit by the neck.
Yeah.
Like she's not like violently moving her. She stalks over and like puts her hand on Agnes's shoulder, like right here, just and she just says, "That was a mistake."
Letting her live is a mistake.
This is like
That's
basically
foolish. You're a foolish child. What kind of ruler are you? Ugh.
Check the sidebar to see what Dee's doing.
Recap
Pat-
Jesus.
Patrick's actually following after, just so you know.
That's
I'm
fine.
passive aggressively bully browbeating.
Aggressively bully browbeat your
She's
queen.
just leaving the hell out of
You're
here
supposed
with
to be-
Emma.
You're supposed to be a ruler, and you think that this is the best way to protect your kingdom and to earn the faith of your citizens?
We are at war.
Recap
We're
Jesus.
not at war. This is New Hampshire.
Recap Jesus is looking at Emma, and this is what he's doing. Not Emma, sorry, Agnes, and this is what he's doing.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like,
Smashing his
fighting,
teeth.
fighting.
It's a lot
He's
scarier with
saying-
red cap teeth.
That's
Okay.
He's saying bite her.
Oh, to Emma or
No,
Agnes.
Agnes to bite Emma or
I know
or
he's saying Agnes to bite Marcia.
oh oh.
So he can bully browbeat the queen, but Marcia can't?
I mean, you can roll to bully browbeat the queen.
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's
Roll
fine.
it.
So,
Yeah.
so basically, you guys are having a little bit of an argument / fight going on, and Dee has left with the children.
Yes, no, that's good.
Yay!
Yeah, and Dee's going to kind of look to Patrick and kind of try to pull him in a little bit closer too. Just for, like she's not going to be stupid about this, but she's going to try to.
How do I roll bully
Get
browbeat?
close.
Bully browbeat is manipulation and intimidation, and it's like a lower difficulty, I believe, like diff 4.
I think it's -1 difficulty.
Is it? I thought it was -2. I could have sworn.
Good news.
I mean, it's still a really good success rate. Let me see. Let me double check since there's a. I don't need selkies. I need red caps.
Oh, no, you need selkies.
Oh.
You need all of the selkies every time.
Nope, reduced by 2, so it's a difficulty 4. I was right. Ha!
Nice.
So that is three successes. Wait, you were doing passive aggressive, 4 successes.
Yeah.
So yeah, she just kind of like she doesn't bite you, but she just kind of she does not look pleased.
So as she's like seething, Marcia kind of smirks at her and she says, I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4 subjects that you don't have. And she just turns and leaves. Like she doesn't even wait to hear what the girl wants to say or whatever. She also thinks it's ridiculous that this little girl thinks she's a queen. Like she does not believe in any of this. So like, part of it is that for sure.
Yeah.
And she does say to Redcap Jesus as she's leaving, she says, you're welcome to join us if you'd like, and continues out.
I will
I
remain.
imagine
with
we're
the
headed
queen.
to the hospital.
I will remain with the queen. See you later.
So Patrick's like tugging on Dee's arm. Let me see it. Let me see her. Let me see her. I can help. I can take care of that.
Dee's she'll just be like, let's get someplace where no one can see first. And she's gonna look for like, I mean, this is not the nice part of town, but she's gonna try to find an alley where nobody else is at.
Oh,
That we
Yeah.
can duck behind like a trash bin or something.
Marcia's car is right there.
That's fine, but there are windows that people can see through.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, so she's trying to find like an alley that she can duck behind a big trash bin or something.
And I'm gonna haul ass to catch up, I guess.
Maybe you see them just as they duck around a corner into an alley.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll do that, and then she'll kind of like at that point she's actually going to stop and sort of gently try to let Emma down. Is Emma like is she okay? Is she moving?
She's fine. Like she's not like concussed or anything, but she has like a cut like on her forehead, maybe about an inch long, and it's a head wound. It's like
There's no blood on my clothes. I get it.
yeah.
Yeah, and she's just gonna she'll just look up to Patrick.
Patrick's looking at it, so it's like, oh no, it's bad. That's a horrible boo-boo. And he's looking at it for a moment. He goes, oh, I'm not a mother though. And he says as he sort of thinks, he looks at Dee. Could you pretend to be a mother for a moment? Could you pretend to be a mother and kiss it?
She looks uncomfortable with this idea because she's 18, still in high school.
Marcia comes around the corner.
Oh, perfect, even better.
Yeah, but she just nods. It's pretty stiffly, but she'll lean down and kiss her forehead, and actually she'll see if she could rummage up something that she could try to soak up some of the blood with.
Start patting it, start patting it and stuff, cooing and kiss it or whatever. But that's using D to facilitate a mother's kiss to heal the boo boo is my spring bunk. So
I guess -2 for the bunk.
Okay, so difficulty 6. Yeah, 3 successes.
The wound closes up, and once the blood is wiped up, there's no sign that she was ever wounded.
Are you okay, Emma?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. I didn't think she was going to be like this, or we wouldn't have taken you there.
Yeah, Marcy's gonna come around the corner in a fucking cloud of righteous fury and start fussing over Emma, everyone, and making sure everyone is okay.
By the way, everyone else is feeling any nicks and cuts and bruises are starting to heal up around Emma. Just so you know, everyone else is getting their health back up.
Health. Yeah.
That little, she's like, and she, in her very Marcia way, she just kind of stops and looks at him and she says, "Are you all right?"
I'm okay.
"Are you all right?" And looks at Dee and Patrick.
I just don't understand what's happening. Why are they being so mean to each other?
Agnes has misunderstood something.
Popping headset in her ears again.
I'm not going to explain it. Just because she's misunderstood some things, and she thinks Emma is a pirate or an English or whatever, something bad like that, and she's not. And we're not going to let her be one, ever.
Of course we won't. Is that why she's glowing?
I think so. And as she's saying that, Marcy is giving she's doing the awkward but hopefully reassuring pats to Emma, she's
patting her a little too hard on the head.
It's okay.
Which I'm sure Emma's used to at this point. She's known Marcia for a while. But yeah, that little
comforts the child. The child is terrified.
But I think if we can, I don't actually know what to do here.
I was trying to sing the song. We're trying to play it.
First thing we're going to do is get out of this part of town. It is not a good place for her.
Yes. Let's go
to the park.
To the park?
The park is good.
The park is good. Let's go to the park. To the park! She slowly comes around to this idea.
Yeah.
She's not 100% convinced, because if it's Emma's idea, it's is it really her idea, or is it something that the Glimmer needs to happen? And she's not totally buying it, but she'll go to the park. Vamos.
You don't have to tell Patrick twice to go to the park. So
we will drive through a fucking Starbucks or something on the way to get hot chocolate. I don't know. Some kind of something to soothe everybody a little bit and
or ice cream, or that pie place that that now absolutely hates D.
We'll park, because I think the pie place is kind of in the same general area. I thought it was, at least.
Yeah, they're both in Briggenfell.
Yeah, a little shopping district or whatever. So we'll park there and grab drinks and then walk over to the park from there. If it's still open, if it's not too crazy late.
Where's Redcap Jesus? Is he dealing with her?
He said he wanted to stay with the queen. So after I shut her down, he just stayed. But I told him, that he could come with us if he wanted to, and we'll keep him apprised of the situation. So,
okay.
That was a mistake. That was my bad. Didn't have all the answers. Never have any answers, really. Not really totally sure what I'm doing, trying to lead an outfit of, I don't know, child soldiers or whatever you are. She
Yeah,
just
because I'm totally a child over here.
Oh, of course, the 18-year-old thinks she's
Right.
a child.
yeah, Marcia just kind of like gives her like a fond smirk, and she's like, "Come on." And they follow. I assume that Patrick and Emma are leading the way to the out into the park proper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll look at Emma and just be like, "Do you want me to babysit Falala while you run around?"
Oh no, it's fine. Falala can stay with me.
Okay, I just thought I'd offer.
And Patrick's like, he's sort of like, he's sort of looking at the recorder, and he keeps trying to play a note or two on it while they're going to the park, but it just doesn't sound right. Just the more he keeps playing it, it's like there's this song that he wants to play, but every time he tries to do it, its tone's off, and it doesn't feel exactly right.
Something amiss with your little pipe there?
It's not mine. I had one once, I think. It wasn't like this, though. It was... He sort of like moves his sand like this.
Of course.
Played beautifully.
Oh, Marcia, you did actually want to talk about something when I came to your house. Just so you know, I may or may not have a book that you could look at that might help.
Oh, yes. Very helpful. I will pick that up from you as soon as the...
Well, maybe tomorrow is better, because it's a lot easier to sneak out without a book than to sneak out with a book.
Yes. Yeah. I think we should take care of more pressing matters first. For sure.
Oh, see, I'm referring to that one book that should have made Patrick remember things but didn't because of a terrible roll.
Yeah.
But Dee kept it.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's what she's referring to. The book that has actual real knowledge on. Yeah, it was the journal of the person that had done all the research on
him
on Peter Pan. Yeah.
The picture of who he was last time or whatever.
Like 5 different pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, hey, I think Dee is becoming Giles. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I know.
Yay.
I'm sure Giles. I don't know.
You live long. You either become the Slayer or you live long enough to become Giles.
Man, I am at best Xander at this point. Like,
have him try another play at the flute here, because that shit lasts at least the rest of this session. So, flute. Oh, so he's got 4 successes actually, thanks to the specialty. So 4 successes. So finally, after some effort, he starts playing, and he's been trying to get the tune right of that the song that Emma's mom would sing to her for the sing with the horse and everything like that. And finally, after maybe some moments in time, because the thing is just for him, I mean, with swords, it's unbalanced or something like that. This one's just out of key or anything like that. But some part of him knows exactly how to play these things, and he starts playing. And despite the fact, recorders sound shitty and everything anyway, it's now starting to sound like something like a professional could do. But he's overly compensating for certain bits of where the holes are. He's changing tunes in certain areas. It's just a musical melody, this genius thing, hearkening back to a song of old times, of rain across the emerald green. Those misty moors, those high rocks, Ireland.
We all go there in our minds. We go there in real life. Ah! Does anything happen other than a beautiful song?
Probably not.
I mean, if you want to make a remembrance roll, you can, to see if you remember anything else about yourself.
I will make a remembrance roll.
I have 0 remembrance. I'll just chill over here.
Yeah, I still want to kind of bully browbeat this glimmer out of her.
I'm actually also going to spend a willpower on this just to here, so because I'm not botching again. God damn it! And a good thing I did, because I got no successes, thanks to
The hell.
the hell, Patrick. Patrick will never remember.
Nope, just as well. Anyways, it's whatever stops you guys make for pie or coffee or whatever. Eventually, you make your way to the park, which is covered in freshly fallen snow. It has that sort of like sound dampening effect, where when you arrive, you can just the only sound you hear is your footsteps crunching through the snow.
Mhm.
And
I still haven't heard anything back from Vin yet, have I?
nope.
I'm concerned
Yeah, a little bit.
officially. And I keep thinking about if this is like, I don't know how the Arcadian she work. Can they just take over anyone? Or
Yeah,
do they?
whoever they choose.
So it's not like the way that changelings are, where it's like you. But
It's a full hostile takeover.
Okay, so like this isn't one of those things where we could like kill the Famine and leave the girl alive sort of situation.
No, it's
And even then, that's banal as bells. So.
Yeah.
no.
Like,
This is a thing that's
but
it's a thing that's attached to her. Kind of, as far as Emma is concerned, think of it as like a chrysalis in stasis.
okay. That's sort of how I was envisioning it. All right.
Well, the way I think this might end up happening, because since Dee's the one who actually had texted him, because she usually, when it comes to his kid, he's pretty prompt about responding. You know, at least I would imagine so, because he actually does care about her. He's just terrible with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's going to look down and kind of check her phone, and she's going to look to Marcia and just be like, "How about I stay here with them? I will keep a close eye. Why don't you go check on her dad?"
Yes. Patrick, could you translate for us? Oh God. I look at the shining light. What?
Oh, she says she's been reading the messages about the sorcerer.
Okay.
She says she knows where he is. She's been in the house several times before. He knows exactly where she is. She knows exactly where he is.
Take me to him? Take me to him. Yes, take me to him. Little, what's your name, Bella?
Hmm?
Bella, let's go. Me and Bella. All right.
Bella flies off.
Yeah, Patrick, do you mind staying with me so that you can help with her?
Of course, I'm here to play with Emma. Hey, Emma!
You guys play.
Let's go make snow angels. Come on.
All right.
And she's going to kind of follow them, you know, like she's going to stay in the same area. She's sticking pretty close to Emma right now. Like, she's letting her play and do what she wants, but she's literally not going to let, you know, she's watching her carefully.
I fucking go off with this fairy, I guess.
All right. Emma starts heading towards like the little woods area that's near the lake, but not to the lake directly, to the woods. These aren't as good as the one that your friend lives in.
Uh-oh. I immediately regret leaving.
Now, but there's still fun things to do in there.
I suppose it would be much more interesting to see dragons than it would be to see trees.
Always more interesting. He says, but there's something else, because, you know, there's something, you know, this whole thing about like her being enchanted and stuff like that has been getting him. He's sort of worried. There's something worrying him. And it's something worrying that she had actually said to him when they tried to fix Falala. The bad woman lies. He doesn't like that. He's not necessarily like, you know, the most suspicious person or anything like that, but sadly I don't have empathy, so because he's a child and he believes most things, but something's bothering him. So I'm just gonna roll my 2 dice at diff 7 here and see if he gets something picking up that something's wrong. No successes. So he's like,
Great. Let's see how good at manipulating you she's going to be right now.
Because Dia's right there watching them. She's close enough to hear this. She's just not interrupting because she doesn't see, like... She's pretty cool about letting kids think what they want to think.
Mhm.
You know, so...
So she has 4 successes
Oh god.
right now to just seem absolutely innocent. And
Yep.
Can I
Exactly.
pee any of that bullshit?
I love that bullshit. Yes, go ahead.
Because she's kind of sus of this whole thing anyways, as I'm sure you figured out. Let me just find her sheet again real quick, because I'm pretty sure she... the perception is... Okay, so...
I think it's
Perception-
5 dice for you.
Perception, empathy, which is 5, and I do have the sight and seeing thing, sight and hearing.
But it's an empathy roll,
Right.
But yeah, so
It's fine. I just figured I mean, I may not get anything. I probably won't, but I might as well try.
Pull a miracle. Get 5 successes. Nope.
Will you accept 2?
2 successes. Versus 4 for manipulation. You
Oh, I
still
understand.
are- yeah.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
No, yeah. Maybe not buying it as much, but it's still like, no, this is still 100% Emma. Maybe just, slightly under magical influence, but still totally Emma.
it's okay. Yeah, she's just watching right now. If they actually start leaving, that's when we're gonna have issues.
Yeah. No, Patrick's on the idea because it's like, it'd be nice to see Ted. I wonder what his house is like in winter. Will the snow even get through those trees? Now he's curious whether the snow gets through the trees.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting messages over here.
No.
I'm starting to feel bad for the kid again.
No.
Well, no, my husband's trying to guilt me. He's like, your son wants you. It's like, dude. Okay. Anyways, trying to remember back where I was. Right. So you're playing in the forest. The forest that is in the park, not the enchanted, forbidden forest of Ted, the charming tiny dragon. She's just kind of like hopping in snowbanks. Snow gathering in her little snow boots.
All right. Sorry, man. You have yourself a good day.
And
It's good to see you.
Eventually, like the squish, squish, squish of snow gathering in her shoes starts to be a little squelchy. And she's like, my feet are cold.
I mean, if these kids are starting to get that look of, where their lips start turning blue because they're cold, is that the situation? Because if it is, she'll just be like, why don't we go inside and warm up?
Inside what?
We can walk to Marcia's house.
I need to get the snow out of my boots first.
What kind of fucking snowshoes is she wearing?
Like big boots. They're probably Vin's, not hers. So there's quite a bit of like snow.
Extra room.
Yeah.
Okay, so what she's gonna do? She's gonna look at Patrick, and she's gonna basically pick up Emma and hold her up and be like, "Hey, can you take her boots off and dump the snow?"
Sure, he says as he grabs the boots and
Emma starts like pushing off, like, I can do it myself.
No, because then you'll put your feet in the snow. Do you want them to get worse?
I can take care of myself.
I know you can. No,
Put me down.
I will in just a second. This is the easiest way, kid.
It's not the easiest way. Me taking care of my boots is the easiest way. Why does everybody want to do everything for me and not let me do anything myself?
She's just looking at Patrick, and she's pretty sure that this is clearly not Emma, because Emma's not like this. She and Emma are buddies.
Well, Patrick's trying to get the boot. Of course, I'm sure Emma's wiggling around.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility he might get kicked in the face here. So
Yeah, you can see.
Well, I mean, she's gonna, yeah, if it looks like if she's actually kicking and stuff,
Mhm.
then yeah, she'll set her down and just be like, then we're just gonna walk back without doing this because you're just going to soak your socks even worse if you put your feet in the snow. So it's your choice.
You're not the boss of me, Dee.
I am at the moment. I'm the most grown-up person here.
Just because you're grown up doesn't mean that you're the boss.
You know, Emma, you and I are buddies. I like hanging out with you. Do you want your socks to be soaked? Is that the idea?
I just want to be able to take care of myself.
And I've given you 2 options.
I don't like your options. Why are you the one who's giving me options? Why is it always someone else's way and never my way? Daddy wants me to wash falala, act this way, do dance class, don't get dirty, don't act up.
Hey.
And you're the same way. You're just like him.
She's gonna crouch down to her level. And she's gonna be like, listen, I've tried to help you with your dad as much as I can, and I'm sorry that I can't do more. I know he's a problem. He doesn't get you. I just want to make sure you're not going to catch a cold. That's all. You know I've helped you with your dad. I talked him out of the falala situation. I washed your sheets for you.
Everyone wants to be the boss of me.
I don't want to be your boss. I want to be your friend. And friends help each other.
How come you aren't giving Patrick 2 choices?
He doesn't have snow in his boots. I'd give him 2 choices if it came down to that.
She looks at Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
She looks
who's currently because he's like, you know, he's gone wandering off and he's starting to build a snowman.
She just like scowls and she's like, fine. I guess we have to do it your way. It's always someone else's way.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
She'll let her boots be taken off, but she's like very irritated as that happens. Pan to Marcia. You're aware that Ben has a freehold in the attic of his house, which is where Bella leads you.
Okay. Great.
The door has been jammed with all sorts of mischievous bullshit. There is gum in the lock. There is like a screwdriver wedged in the door jamb. Something, who the fuck knows what, has been spread on the hinges. There's like newspaper stuffed under the door. And Bella seems kind of proud of herself.
Is he in there? I don't know what that means. She knocks on the door. Shaving a haircut.
And you'll hear from
Ben?
the other side. Yeah.
Are you stuck? That's a stupid question. How did you get stuck?
Something is wedged in the door, I think. I don't know.
Are you aware that there's some bullshit going on?
My phone doesn't work in here if that's what you're asking.
Marcia sighs and she looks at Bella and she says, an impressive job, I have to say. apologies for this next part. And she like pulls the screwdriver out of the thing and like uses it to like scrape the gum out and kind of like basically does everything she can up to and including fucking chewing the door handle off, you know, to
Bully browbeat the door into opening.
Yeah, you can do that if you would like.
What?
You can bully browbeat the door.
That's true. Hi, come on over here.
Oh,
Sorry. She just woke up. She likes to give kisses and she wakes up.
yeah. Hi. Aw.
Anyway. Yeah. Fully browbeat the door into opening. Hello. Thank you. You're so sweet.
Intimidate that passive aggressive that door.
So she's gonna try the handle after she scrapes some of the stuff off, and when it still doesn't open, she'll, you know, say something along the lines of like, "Really, a jammed door? How gauche?"
Bella looks offended.
I was about to say.
Not you, dear. She says to Bella. Manipulation and intimidation. Yes, I hear you. Hello. Thank you. Okay.
Jesus. 1, 2,
Man.
3, 4 successes.
That door is sensitive.
No, 5 successes. Because it would, yeah, jeez. So,
Never gonna close the same ever again.
Like it opens better than it's ever opened before. Absolutely ashamed of itself.
It had a squeaky hinge, but that's long since gone.
Yeah, just like I'm sorry.
Cool. I open the door and like she leans on the door jamb as she does and just like looks at Vin for a second.
He looks like he's been there a few days. Like there's like from being in a freehold overnight for multiple days, there's sort of like that like twitchy kind of glamour sparkle going around him.
She says, "You look like shit, first of all. Secondly, did you know that there's some kind of monster fairy trying to take over your daughter's mind?"
Monster fairy? What kind of monster fairy?
An Arcadian.
The she aren't monsters. It's very rude of you, Marcia.
Okay, listen. Something that is not your daughter is trying to take over her without her consent. As a parent, I feel like that should be your primary concern.
I'm trying to think of how the fuck Ben would respond to an Arcadian she.
I mean,
I know. I just realized as I was like explaining it to him that this might actually go very differently than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, because he's an autumn she.
Yep.
So he's his character had adapted to the changeling way, and yes, there's a reason why people tend to refer to Arcadian she as body stealers.
But how much of an asshole is he?
And the fact that he is a she as well kind of adds into this. It's kind of a rough moment, really.
Well, it's like, does he think it's an honor or, you know?
Yeah, the question is, do I play this as how I know the creator of Vin would respond to a she if he didn't know it was a Baylor?
Yeah.
Or do I respond what would be the sensible way, which would be absolute revulsion?
Either way.
I was going to say, I mean, if he actually loves his kid, then he wouldn't want her fucked with.
Yeah, I think even if you're a fan of, you know.
But if she becomes a she might be more better behaved.
But if she's not the same person, is it really her becoming a she? Like that, I think if it was like, oh, like she'll crystallize into a she, for sure, he'd be like, fuck yeah, we're going to let this happen. But I don't know that if it's like another consciousness is taking over my child.
Who's not he doesn't know all that well. But I mean, there's
a lot of factors here that's like...
I think narratively, there's 8 really cool things that could happen, and I am down for fucking any single one of them.
Mm-hmm. You could be on board with it, and it's going to be horrifying, but it'd be great.
All right. Odds, you once the she, evens. He is appalled. He's appalled. Holy shit.
My God, where'd this moral streak come from? Probably from being locked in your fucking freehold for days. Finally, the lessons are being learned. You have a lot of time to think when you're stuck in a freehold for a few days.
I know how you feel about the she, but the particular Arcadian that has its eye on your daughter, we have not heard great things about.
He like looks behind you. Where is Emma?
She snuck out of your house. It's a long story. She's at the park.
Why didn't you bring her back with you?
There was more going on at the time. Listen, I've been through some things in the past couple of months. I feel like the whole world is breaking bad, and I'm not very up on my manners, as you know, so I've been a little out of my depth. Forgive me for just trying to mitigate the disaster in front of me and make sure that your child was with someone who would keep her safe and, like, uninjured and well cared for, and I did that mostly, but she's fine now, and she's at the park, so we need to go to the park. Actually,
yeah, let's go. He's like,
actually, maybe you shouldn't come to the park.
Why?
Children are touchy.
That's my daughter.
Yes, and so she's fussy just like you. I don't know why you would be surprised by that. We've known each other for a long time, Vin. Come on.
Come on, Vin. Ignore your daughter. I'm sorry I concerned you. I got this.
Do you know of any way to shut down a glimmer that's been hanging around for a while? Or do you know of any reason to believe that Emma would be singled out for something like this? Where did you get her? Where did she come from? Where did she go? Cotton Eye Joe.
What the hell? Well, sex with a satyr and...
Well, no, he yeah, like, it's unusual for a child to have, like, an enchanted protective toy, like...
I don't know if he knew that part.
Oh, he sort of did.
Sort of did, but not fully.
Like, what is going on with this girl? That you have not been upfront about things, or maybe you don't know them, but if you do, you absolutely haven't been talking about them, and it is not working for anyone, so now is the time to start speaking.
I don't know. She's weird about the horse. She doesn't want the horse washed. The horse is muddy. I've been trying to get the damn thing clean for...
It's enchanted by her mother or something.
Why can't it be washed? Enchanted things can be cleaned.
It's something about water affecting it or something. I don't know entirely. I'm trying very hard to keep up, but kids these days are into some very weird shit, Vin.
Pan back to Dee and, and Emma. She has allowed the melted snow to be dumped from her boots, and she's trudging along in a full sulk. Emma Falala dragging through the powdered snow behind them.
Dee is not going to complain because you know what? Well, actually, no. She's going to look down at Emma. She's going to be like, maybe you should pick up Falala because snow is frozen water.
She what's that roll for?
Oh, he's juggling. That's all he's doing.
Okay. Poorly juggling. Juggling while walking is hard.
Yeah. Well, it's snow too, so it's not balanced right. So.
Yeah.
Juggling while trudging through snow is not the best way, but he keeps making new snowballs and just keeps juggling around.
She just sort of like scowls at Dee and says, "Stop telling me what to do.
I'm not telling you
bossy tonight, Dee."
No, I didn't actually tell you what to do. I said you might want to. It is your choice if you want to put Falala in a situation she doesn't want to be in.
It's not a bath.
It isn't a bath, but it is frozen water.
Which is basically a bath.
She continues dragging it through the snow in a very petulant child manner.
Dina's not going to fight that. Like, she literally was just trying to be nice and warn her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
she's not going to fight that. That's not worth the argument. But yeah, she's just heading towards Marcia's house. Which is, I don't know if we actually have a way to get inside because she probably locked the door like a normal person.
Oh, I can get us in.
Patrick can get in.
That's fine. Well, if not, I think Dee actually has like a dot of larceny. She was going to attempt it, but if Patrick can get us in, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll get us in. Give me a moment. And he says as he goes over and he starts climbing the drain pipe, goes through the window, disappears for a moment. Suddenly, the door opens a creak, and he's looking at their password.
Swordfish.
Yeah, Dee just kind of looks at him and says, "Let me in."
Perfect. You found the password, he says as he opens it up.
And they go inside, and she'll turn the light on in the living room, so it looks like there's somebody there.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll go ahead and text Marcia and just be like, "We just came to your place. It was getting too cold for them."
Emma, let me show you this mountain I made. He says as he's going into the kitchen where the fucking the still soggy mess of the it's been hours. It looks terrible. He's like, "Oh."
Yeah, she follows him in, and as she does, the snow begins to melt on the horse.
This seems like a bad thing. It's gonna break the fucking protective enchantment.
Yeah.
The will of goddamn Don.
It's going to happen tonight somehow.
It is the bard's tongue. Fight it as you will. It is the will of fucking Don.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Do we get a roll to try to notice this?
Oh yeah, you can definitely notice.
She's going to pick it up, and actually, she's going to. She's actually going to kind of go to her and be like, "Look at the water."
Go ahead and roll perception, Kenning, to look at Emma.
Yeah. Yay! I'm super happy with this one. Oh crap! I don't remember how much kenning I have. Let me look. I was about to do 5, and I'm questioning myself.
I think it might be 5. That might be right.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. It's both.
Good.
A lot. Well, like
All right.
3.
All right. Yeah. You notice that the glimmer is no longer like hovering around Emma as she looks up at you with a smile. And the mouth opens. Her canines are long, serpentine fangs.
Oh, God.
Her eyes have a tint of yellow in the light. And her jacket seems to bulge underneath her. Or underneath, with something underneath it. As she just kind of like shrugs it off. And like lifts the back of her shirt, revealing 2 large swan wings.
Wow. That's awesome.
Dee's just going to step back. She's going to just kind of she's gonna step back and let Patrick distract her for a few, actually.
Yeah.
And
this is so cool. You have wings.
And she's going to attempt to Skype Marcia.
I was gonna say, as soon as Marcia gets the text that, because she's not in the freehold, like she's like let Vin out. As soon as she gets text there at her house, she's going over there. Like,
that's fine, but she was going to attempt to Skype you the second she realized what was happening, because she was pretty much just going to Skype you. If you answer it while you're walking, what you see is what Dee just saw. I suppose you might have to roll kenning to see it. But
just next door. I don't think I feel like she would just walk on this like.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll allow for the dramatic entrance as this is happening.
Yeah, and Patrick's just like, this is freaking amazing. We can fly together. It's going to be awesome.
I mean, so it's like she answers and she's walking and she's like, "We're right," and then the door opens, and she's here. Ooh.
And you got those teeth are so awesome.
Don't touch those teeth.
Does your jaw unhinge too?
She just kind of No.
Emma,
Oh, that's a shame.
looking good. Like the aesthetic. Very chic.
Please.
Do you see? She's got wings.
She does have wings. That's so nice.
They're gorgeous
Should
wings
should
too.
should I be calling you Emma?
Call me Belladonna.
Don't love that. A little outdated.
We can't call her Bella. We already have a Bella.
I wouldn't want to call her Bella anyway. It's an awful book. There's Dawn. I mean, Emma is just such a wonderful name for such a wonderful girl.
You could call me Your Majesty.
No, I'm not in the business of queens tonight.
Oh, commoners.
Do you want to?
I think perhaps I'll call you English.
I think is the perfect line to end this scene on. So,
Oh God, no, I didn't want this to happen.
The will of Dawn and nothing else.
thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watch for watching. We'll see you next time.